All right, howlers, let's get howling. But first, a couple quick warnings. First warning, this podcast contains adult content.
Don't be a pixie.
Second warning, this podcast contains spoilers.
Spoilers.
For the entire Red Rising saga.
Spoilers.
Don't get mad at us.
Don't come for me, internet people. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Etsy. You can email us HowlerPod@gmail.com. You can find everything at HowlerPod.com and rate and review us 5 stars only. If you don't give us 5 stars only, then you can't watch Pierce do cute little TikToks about gardening and climbing trees and being full of whimsy.
Wow. And now, HowlerPod.
Ow!
Hello, howlers. Welcome to HowlerPod, your podcast for all things Red Rising, where every episode we dive deep to break down, celebrate, and discuss all aspects of the fantastic Red Rising saga by Howler number 1, Pierce Brown.
Ow, ow!
I am your host, Ben Reiner. I am joined today, as always, by the amazing Erin Ayers.
Hello, howlers.
Erin, what are we doing on the podcast today?
We have a couple of very special guests. They are the hosts of Fade to Obsidian, the podcast, Skipper and Crescent. And they are big, huge members of the Howler community. They are leaders in multiple Howler spaces and book tours and the Howler's Den. They are Salem's minions.
I think she's going to enjoy that.
Yeah.
I hope so. All right, let's jump into the interview.
I'm excited.
Woo! All right, please welcome today's guests. They are the OGs of the Howler's Den and the hosts of the Fade to Obsidian podcast. Please welcome Skipper and Crescent.
Pew, pew, pew.
Hello.
We are honored to have you here.
Yes, thanks for coming.
We've been able to be guests on your podcast a couple of times, so it's very, very exciting to have you on our podcast.
And thank you for matching for us.
Yes.
Of course.
If you're not watching,
We do,
they're wearing the
apparently.
same ad aspera per aspera. Per trauma. Nice.
It's trauma.
Per asprad trauma.
Yeah.
That should
Not
be our
planned.
new nation's
We're just
flag.
in sync now. Oh, yeah.
To the
Yeah.
stars through trauma.
Through trauma.
Love it. How have you been? What's going on?
Pretty good.
Yeah,
We're
just doing so many episodes.
So many
Yeah, you guys are
episodes.
cranking
We're
them
just
out.
a constant.
You guys have
Yeah.
been cranking out episodes, which we want to talk about, but
Yeah.
we'll start here. So, like, for the howlers that maybe have not listened to your podcast yet or are hearing about it for the first time, tell us about the Fade to Obsidian podcast. Like, how'd you guys get started? What was the inspiration? What are you talking about? Let's just get into
How'd
it.
you guys meet each other? Where did all this start?
Where did all this come from? Yeah, so we are complete online strangers to each other. It took a while to actually meet in person. We were just two howlers on the internet. We joined the Howler's Den, which is the Discord server. And in the early days of the den, everyone just hung out in voice chat every night for hours on end, including there was a New Year's Eve where everyone was just hanging out because no one had New Year's Eve plans.
Nice.
So we celebrated it together across
love
so
that.
many time zones.
New Year's
And
Eve is
I think it was
highly
on-
overrated. It's much better just to stay
Yeah.
home.
Yeah,
Totally.
I agree.
Yeah, it was funny because it started with we were literally like the Europeans, we were wishing them Happy New Year, and it just became a thing. And when are we going to pop champagne? Those of us who did have it, but were sitting at home alone with a full bottle
Nice.
of champagne.
That could be fun.
So I came up with the idea that we would do it at Newfoundland time, which is 10:30 to Eastern Standard. So you get an hour and a half to drink
Oh,
your
wow.
champagne
Smart.
before midnight actually hits. And I remember saying, I'm not staying all the way to Pacific but I did. I was still going as Pacific crossed over. But it was during that someone noticed I had like the full podcast set up, and someone called me out of like, you should have a podcast. And I was like, what would I talk about? And they're like, Red Rising. And then it was like, well, I'm not going to just talk to myself. I would need somebody. And Crescent just goes, I also have all the podcast stuff. And we're like,
It is true.
I guess we'll start a podcast.
Wait, why do you both have all the
So-
podcast stuff?
I, during COVID, streamed on Twitch a whole bunch.
Oh, cool.
So
Nice.
I did that, and I did, I used to have travel vlogs, so I needed stuff to do like your talking heads for travel
Nice.
vlogs. So I don't know why Crescent had. You were streaming on Twitch. Right?
Basically the same thing. Just to
Yeah.
keep me occupied during COVID. I just did it
Nice.
Yeah.
not very much. But I don't
Yeah.
do anything halfway, so
Got the whole setup, got the
bought all
chair.
good stuff. Yep. And now, yeah, this is my second chair. even.
Love it.
And
But
so when
yeah,
did you guys
yeah,
get
so then
started?
we just threw it together. I guess, well,
Yeah, our first episode was
January of
February.
2023.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, first episode's like February of 2023.
Yeah.
Dang.
But
Nice.
yeah. So,
Happy
and it was
It's been 3 years.
3
now.
years.
yeah.
Plus 3 years plus.
Thanks. Yeah, 3 and a bit. Crazy. It's been crazy. So, but it was fun.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. Crescent should
Met
tell the
so
story
many
of how
people.
we got the name.
Yeah,
though.
let's hear that.
Yeah.
So obviously there's exactly zero spice except for the Anti-Lantia scene. And so people in the den were joking about, all the fade to black, and I just said, well, don't you mean fade to obsidian? Because we have to keep it thematic. And then we got to talking about, well, what would our podcast be called? And we were talking about it would be a podcast based around, relationships and spaceships. And so I said, well, why don't we call it Fade to Obsidian?
Nice.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was
stuck
it.
Right then and there.
It's a cool name
And
too,
then-
because like when we talk about you guys, we call you Fade. We're just
Yes.
like, what's Fade doing? What time are we meeting with
It's
Fade?
good shorthand, I
Yeah.
feel like. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It works out well.
Sick.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah. Now we've just forgotten to talk about spaceships and relationships at ever, though. We're like, oh yeah, that is what we
It's
that
do.
inferred.
is
Technically,
what
yeah.
happens with podcasts, I feel like. Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't done a reread episode in quite a while.
I'm ready.
Okay, so you guys said you met on the Howler's Den, and that's where the whole podcast got launched.
Yeah, tell us about the Howler's
Again,
Den. What is
if
the
people
Howler's
don't know
Den?
what the Howler's Den is, give us the baseline there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's Discord server started by Salem, who is amazing.
Hail Sovereign.
Yeah, it started November of 2022, so just before we started
Yep.
recording. And it did start small, but has managed to make a giant. I think there's 1,800 people was the last
Nice.
time I saw the count.
And it's active. I cannot
and
keep up.
it's active. Yes, that is. There's a lot of channels. Like we're like, listen, guys, you can't stay active with all of it. You have to
Like,
pick
Pick
something.
where you're gonna be. Yeah.
Pick your battles.
Yeah, even I'm only in like a bit of it, and we're both moderators of it. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and Salem's done a great job of carving herself into the community in such a way that now like Lit Escalates works alongside us for things. They recruited all of us for Hazard Bedlam, and does just really. She's really good at just making her little piece known.
Well, now she's
So
like
it's just a community
Good
for all
fostering
howlers.
community.
she's all over
Yeah.
TikTok too. She's doing Mustang cosplay.
Influencing,
Now
yeah.
she's doing
Yeah.
Dungeon Crawler Curl.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
Yeah, she had a
impressive.
creative
Yeah.
class for Emerald City.
Nice.
Influencing.
Yeah.
She's influencing. I tried to
As a
think of how to
cat.
put the word
Mhm.
into influencing, and I got nothing.
So yes, if you are out there listening to this podcast and you're like,
I need more Howler
need-
friends.
Yeah, more Howler friends and more Red Rising in my life. The Howler's Den is the place for
And
you.
how do you join?
So, I mean, the easiest way to do it is find Howler's Den on Instagram, and there will be a link in bio, is pretty much the easy way. Although I think if you also just Google Howler's Den, there is a website, and that'll have a link to your Discord,
Nice.
the Discord server.
All kinds
so.
of fun stuff going on
And then
there.
jump in 2 feet.
Yeah.
Stay on there all
You
day.
can get
Mhm.
as involved as you
Yeah.
want to. You guys have like
But
Yeah,
the
you
more
have to-
involved you get, then you get to a height of you get Howler named once you're level 10. That's how we get you. We're like, do you want a Howler's
Exactly.
name? You got to talk enough. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, like you guys were talking about, you've kind of, your podcast has shifted focus over the years. Recently, you've been much more focused on the Red Rising artist community, which I think has been
Yeah.
super fun.
Mhm.
You guys do like a really amazing job of just like getting the word out on Howler fans, bringing Howlers on your podcast. Like, that's one thing I really like that you guys do is like, there's really like a Howler element to your whole
Mhm.
podcast. Are there like any episodes or maybe guests that particularly like stand out in your mind that was like a really fun or interesting conversation that you would recommend like the wider Red Rising community checks out?
Don't pick a favorite.
It's hard. There's been so, I know, right? There's been so
I
many.
mean- We had Pierce. That's a good one. to look
Yeah, the glittering
Uh,
gala one with Pierce is probably.
Nice.
at. Jenna Sharp, the
Yeah.
graphic audio Mustang.
Oh, wow.
We have done an interview with her. That was a lot of fun. She's
Yeah.
the sweetest person alive.
She is.
And she's a great Mustang.
She
Yes.
is. I'm trying to think. I don't know. There's just been so many.
We've
I
had
think-
so many.
In regards, I mean, the artist, it was supposed to be that we're like, I don't know, a month, maybe 6 weeks we'll be doing artists. And then they just kept showing up. And we're like, oh no, there's another one and another one. But Caroline Crunchy, who we know is Backstitch or Hearth Weaver, is who kind of kicked all that off because she's a friend of ours, an amazing artist and cosplayer. And so for her, hers are always great, and how she talks about the rest of the fandom. And she came on for different artists who weren't comfortable because I mean we all like to talk, but not everybody does. And so we got her to review their work in a manner and like talk.
Oh,
about
that's a
it.
good
So,
idea.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Let the shy people stay behind the artwork.
Yeah, they answered questions via email. We were like, describe your work in your own time. And then we sat there and the three of us went, look at this piece, look at that piece.
Yeah.
So that was a cool
We
one
shone
to
the
do.
spotlight on them and then let them hold an umbrella.
Yeah.
You put them in like the witness protection, like the backlight
Yeah, the
shadow face.
blurred with the voice
Uh-huh.
changer. Yeah.
Yeah.
This piece really inspired me.
Yeah, so if you're like you want to be a podcast guest out there, you either like get involved in the Howler's Den, become friends with Crescent and Skipper here, and you can get on the show, or get really good at art.
Make some art.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, the last count I had was that we had, well, when we did our 100th episode, I calculated that we had 60 different guests.
Wow.
And so now
That's really cool.
with all of those artists, we're at least up to 75. So it's fun of who comes on, who we've had a couple repeats, but everyone is great. Like, I feel like everyone who wants to put themselves out there enough. And it means that every conversation is so different. We ended up talking about so many different things that you don't even think of. Because I think everyone comes to any book, but even Red Rising has so much in it
Mhm.
that everyone has a different point of view. So it's really fun that like sometimes you're talking about one thing and total tangent that you're like, I have never thought of that before. So it's super fun to have that many people.
That's a great
crazy.
point. I love like seeing the way different people feel about different parts of the books or
Mhm.
different characters.
Or where the inspiration comes from for
right.
like I find it especially interesting when people are making super unique takes on each of the characters that we've like seen a lot. So I like to see like, oh, how did that inspire you? So Thanks for
Yeah.
bringing them into the spotlight.
Okay, so
No,
let's
all the artists and everyone's amazing.
Yeah.
shift gears slightly. So we're gonna survey you here with some Red Rising questions. So this is just kind of like, we'll get you out there and like, what are you behind in the Red Rising world?
It's
So,
your resume.
Yeah, what's your resume?
Okay.
So
Personality.
yes, exactly.
ENFJ.
So first, how did each of you discover the series?
Crescent, you want to go first?
Yeah, mine's way simpler than yours. I had a roommate at the time whose partner had been reading it, recommended it to them, and they recommended it to me. And 4 days later, I was done the first trilogy.
Oh my god!
While also working a full-time job.
Were you listening
theoretically
or were you reading? Like,
No, I read it the first
you
time.
didn't sleep?
Wow.
Theoretically, I slept.
That's impressive.
Whipped through them.
I've
cares?
never
I was
read
reading.
that many books
Fine.
that fast. As you know.
Yeah, mine's a little bit more dramatic. So I was working at a bookstore at the time, and it was a snowstorm. There was no one in the store at all, and this guy came running in, and it turns out that was the day Golden Sun had been released. And he literally like throws open the doors,
With
and we're all
snow
hanging out
blowing
front
in.
because there's nothing else. Yeah, and he just yells in my face, "I need Golden Sun," and I was like, "I don't understand," and he just screams, "Pierce Brown," and I was like, "This explains nothing," and he just kept yelling. At some point he informed me that it's because his wife was pregnant and she was having cravings for that book, and I was like, I don't think that is how any of this works.
Nice.
So eventually, well, it was on display, so
You're
like
right here.
I
bud.
hadn't noticed it, but yeah, I was like, I guess it's here. So then I asked him, I was like, you have to explain why this is so essential. And so he like gave me the summary, or like sold me on Red Rising. And I was like, okay. So I took Red Rising home that night. So I bought it that night. And then like, yeah, within a week, I was like, well, I guess I need Golden Sun. And then I had to wait the year for Morningstar. I was like, I have regrets now. So, yeah, I've always wanted to try and find that guy that like yelled at me in the bookstore. And I was
love
like,
that
I don't,
story.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is in the
My
world.
wife's having cravings for Pierce Brown.
I was like,
That honestly might be my favorite
What?
like Red Rising origin story I've heard yet. That's so
Can
great.
someone animate this, please?
Yeah,
I would love to
exactly.
see like the snow blowing in, and
the snow blowing.
you see
Yeah,
the
scene
wife
out
at
of a
home
movie.
like thinking of Pierce.
Yeah.
Okay, so who for each of you are your top 5 characters? And we won't hold you to it for all time, but
5.
prior to Red God, who are your
We
top?
recently did our own top 25, so
Yeah,
we've got to hear your top
Yeah.
5.
top 5.
Top 5. My number 1 is Victra, for sure.
Nice.
That's like my end all be all. I've never wavered from Victra. I'm trying to think. 5 is number 2 is Holiday. I feel like she
Oh.
doesn't get enough
Wow.
love.
Wow.
You hate
Yeah.
that.
I love
I don't know.
Holiday. You don't like Holiday?
No, I do.
He had a whole conspiracy theory that Holiday was a traitor for so long.
Oh,
It's one of our
Even
Still
like
not
I
after,
feel like
it's
that
one
was
of our
nice.
disagreements.
like
yeah.
even after. I mean, I still feel like you're like holding that one.
I'm just holding it in case that I'm right. But you're right. You're actually right.
I love
I've given
Holiday,
it to
too.
you, but if
yeah.
I turn out to
Then
be
you'll
right,
say, "I
then
told you
will
so."
Say I told you so.
Okay.
Yes.
He can say that to both of us.
Perfect.
That's a good
Okay.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, number 2, Holiday. I don't know.
Mine changes depending on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends
is
on
the
the day a
sun
lot
out?
of We found this exercise to be very difficult once you actually start sitting down and
Yeah,
ranking.
I made a spreadsheet. It was tough.
That's smart.
Mm.
I don't know. Crescent, do you have yours while I'm trying to? Come up with 3 more.
Do they
I don't
have to
even know
be in order? Or
No,
they
we can
be-
just
Yeah,
do
just-
top 5. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Mishmash.
Yeah. Darrow, Victra, Severo, Ephraim, Ragnar.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
I like that one.
Well. The thing is, he's read it so many times that he probably doesn't change anymore. He's like, yep, it's the same thing. Rather than every time I read it, I was like, oh, I forgot about this character. Like, Lyria was my least favorite for the longest time.
Same.
And she's probably in my top 5 now.
Nice.
Like, she's probably cracked
She
it.
got way up for me too.
I'm worried about the lack of
Yeah.
Mustang here in this.
Oh, I won't lie. I started thinking of them, and I went, I should probably throw at least one boy in here, and that's why I haven't said Mustang, because I'm like, maybe.
You don't have to pick a boy. It's
Maybe I
International
should throw a
Women's
boy.
Day. Fuck them.
That's true.
Wasn't that yesterday?
Yeah.
You can have the
Yeah.
week. It's
It
fine.
was
You can
the
have the week.
23-hour day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Sunday.
We get less time. We got cookies at
Just
work.
Make it the
though.
whole week. It's fine.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'll throw Mustang in there,
Yeah.
Okay.
and I'll throw.
It's acceptable.
Who's my number 5?
Apple.
I
I'm
don't
just kidding.
Oh, Apple. Oh, that's also a fun one. I'll throw Severo in there.
There you go.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'll throw Severo in
Okay.
there.
Give Severo some love.
No. Yeah.
Next question: who is your favorite side character?
Well, Holiday.
Ooh.
That's who I'm thinking is. Yeah.
That qualifies.
She's always got your 6. Yeah.
Can it be?
Larastes.
Oh, nice. I was gonna say, can it be like Rolo?
Hey, respect the
With deep
goatee.
coloring.
Lolo.
pick a real
original
side character. Master
Okay.
Maker.
Glorastes, that's a fun one.
So next question. If you can choose, what's your favorite book right now in the series at this moment?
Lightbringer.
Yep,
Mm,
me too.
Me too, man.
Wow, we're consensus on that one.
I
Well,
just
we're really
freaking love it.
smart
It's a fucking good
podcasters,
book.
I'll tell you
I-
what.
It is.
and it wasn't like a slog. I like fucking shot through it.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah.
anything I'm reading
Yeah.
right now is a slog.
Well, it was just nice after Dark Age. It was
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
to get
That's,
back
I
to
think-
I
some-
had a heart, yeah. Dark Age for me made
and,
me
like-
too sad. Needed some
Yes.
upbeat.
Especially with the amount
I think
of
it's a lot of people's favorite because Lightbringer seems to condense the best of all of the different ones. Like for me, I like Golden Sun because of the found family and kind of them finding each other, and that seemed to come back rather than like some people do like kind of the little bit more war that like it just had a good rounding out of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that little bit of hope that Dark Age did not
Like-
have.
Lightbringer actually bumped Dark Age from the top spot for me.
Weirdo.
Yeah, I will agree that I am weird as fuck.
Dude, lots of people
Um,
love Dark Age the most.
It was, it was like the
Dark and
pedal to
brooding
the metal,
characters.
like hardcore shit.
It was hardcore.
It was
shit.
hardcore. Full
There's no doubt.
full metal Darrow. Full metal Darrow.
It was.
Actually, Darrow went full metal in Lightbringer, but
My theory with Lightbringer is that we all spent so much time with Dark Age, like all of us especially. We all spent so many times like talking about it, rereading it.
Yeah.
Then when Lightbringer came along, we're like, oh my god, finally like
Something
new and something
content.
positive. Like
yeah.
positive growth for Darrow
Yeah.
was very important. Because like
I
by
don't
the-
know though. Lightbringer left me in a place where I'm like, I could wait forever for Red God.
Yeah.
I'm in a good place.
Right. I don't necessarily
Not that I want to wait forever, but
Right. I was like, Darrow was not very fun to be around, and
In Dark
by
Age.
Dark, like Iron Gold and Dark Age, kind of
Yeah.
both. So
Yeah.
Crescent likes him dark and
being
Moody.
getting Darrow back,
Moody.
like getting our
Mhm.
Darrow back in Lightbringer felt really good.
yeah.
I felt like triumphant.
He went to
return.
therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns out there is now therapy in space.
Just that one book.
Yeah, just the one book of therapy.
Yes.
Okay.
Visiting the Telemanus estate.
What's your favorite battle in the series?
This goes along with your podcast theme.
Yeah.
Spaceships and relationships. The next one's about relationships.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Battle. I don't know. What one is it that they get? What they do? Oh my gosh. Golden Sun. And is it the taking of what becomes the Pax? And they use I'm rereading Golden Sun right now after like 3 years. We did it like 3 years ago, and I'm like, maybe I'll reread it now.
The escape of Luna.
When
Yeah.
he like
Is that what
shoots
it
himself
is?
into the Pax.
Yeah.
Into the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Into
That's
the
a good
bridge
choice.
and takes
The
it.
ship
Yeah.
formerly known as the
Introduction of Ragnar.
Yeah, that's when
Yes,
that's
exactly.
when we're like
That's what I'm going with.
Darrow's trying to kill himself. And
Yes.
poor Severo is going along with him.
Always.
shit your suit.
Gotta just follow him.
That's a really
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah, it is.
Rise.
Ground battle. For me, it's the Battle of Heliopolis, like Storm Gods
Ooh.
scene, light resistance. So good.
Nice.
That
Darrow
was fun.
being fucking everywhere in the battle. They must have released hallucinogenic gas. Everyone swears they saw you. Where were you? Everywhere. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That tracks with your prior favorite being
Yeah.
Dark Age. Yeah.
And then I think Space Battle, Battle of Ilium. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the only like
That's-
real full-size space
Space
battle.
opera.
Yeah.
Aaron's favorite. for
Ends in
sure.
an epic suicide
Yeah.
and murdering millions of innocent people. We love it.
Slight war crimes. It's fine.
Extraordinary.
Not a war crime the first time.
I don't think that was the first time. That just for Darrow and Victor was the first time.
Yeah.
Everyone else though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Darrow didn't actually do that, remember? It was Victra.
Yeah, it's Victra. There you go. Throw her under the bus.
Hey, next question. What's your favorite relationship? And it can be friendship, romantic relationship. It can be unrequited love.
Yeah.
Like between Ben and Cassius.
He said that's unrequited.
This feels pretty one-sided.
Cassius is married to Maud, remember?
Have you ever talked to him
Yeah.
about it?
I have two, because my stereotypical one would be Victra Severo. I just want them to be happy.
Yeah.
But then Cavix and Sophocles are the end all be all for
Oh.
me. I just need
Yeah.
them
That's fantastic.
to be together at the end. They both better be alive. That's all I care about. I don't care about anybody else in Red God. Just Cavix and Sophocles.
Nice.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. So, my favorite romantic relationship, Darrow and Mustang.
Mhm.
Low
Like,
husband.
that's just
Yeah. The low wife, low husband.
low wife. Yeah, it's so good.
So good.
And, like, it's gone on so
Yeah.
long. OTP.
Yeah.
Favorite friendship, Darrow, Cassius.
Mhm.
Especially at the end.
Oh.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Don't cry.
And then
Brother of Darrow.
I want yeah, that was rough. The one I wanted to see more of, or any of, frankly, was Ephraim and Trig.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd have been nice.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
few little snippets, but not much else.
Not much.
Yeah.
We mostly got Sad Boy F.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just Ephraim remembering Trig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am over here banging the table. If we don't get a low husband, low wife, or a low Mustang, low Reaper in Red God, I am gonna
You quit.
freak out. Yeah.
Ben's gonna quit. No more HowlerPod.
That has to happen. Come on. Like,
You're gonna like curse it, and it's gonna be like at the grave or something.
They've been
one
apart
to the
for
other. Like,
so
don't
long.
curse
Yeah.
this.
Ooh,
They have been apart for so long.
they've been apart for so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Long distance relationships, man. It's rough.
1,500 pages at this point that they've been
It's
apart.
like 15
Yeah.
million miles. I don't know.
Yeah.
Light years.
Yeah, I don't know, space.
Crazy. Bring them back together. Man.
Yeah.
They need
Okay.
astrophage. Sorry.
Crescent doesn't understand that reference.
I don't get it. It's fine.
Okay, next question. Which death hit you the hardest? What was the biggest gut punch for you personally? Which death?
And it could be like, no, never mind. They're all in the second trilogy. I was gonna say first, second.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
I mean, there's
they're all
death
rough.
all over the place. So.
Ragnar's in the first trilogy.
Yeah.
Ragnar's is the one where I will cry real tears every time. Whereas the others are like, ugh, I hate this part, but I'm not necessarily like weeping.
Yeah. Well, that's it, is like, I don't know what my initial reaction is not necessarily, I feel like my hardest reactions aren't to actually who's dying, but the situation.
Mhm.
Like, I explicitly remember Daxo's death, not because I love Daxo that much, but because
It was
of David
traumatizing.
Stubbs being so traumatizing. And same with like Ulysses, which is always sad that a baby died, but it
But we didn't
not
know
necessarily
him.
that I cared. Yeah, but it was my reaction for Victra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it's like, holy shit. Like, yeah.
No, that was
So I
rough.
feel like those two, the big
Yeah,
ones. I'm
like
trying to think
Victra,
who I
Victra
now-
walking into the sea is like rips your heart open. Yeah, for her. But
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily like, I didn't know Ulysses.
No, no. I feel like character I cry for the most is probably, well, Cassius, who is funny because, sorry, Ben, but I did not like Cassius until like I was the biggest Well, I wasn't the biggest Cassius hater. That's Dram, but like I didn't like
Oh, really?
Cassius. And the text Crescent got was, oh shit, he's gonna die when Pierce just made me like him. Was literally the text that, like, that's how good that writing is, that I like was like, yeah, take it or leave it, this guy, and then I'm sitting there begging him to stay alive. I'm like, damn it, Pierce.
I saw somebody post about Cassius's redemption arc, and I was like, "What redemption? What did he need to be redeemed for?"
Ben just like blocks out all that
Oh,
all that first, second book stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. I think for me, the one that just like came out of the blue and got me was Ephraim.
Mm.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I was not expecting him to survive the bomb and then have his heart torn out.
I don't know how long you would
Or
have survived. the bomb.
He would not have survived very long.
Is it
but
in
I guess technically he survived.
Yeah.
what's the what's the drug show where the guy like blows up in the bomb and walks out of the room? The fucking Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's what Ephraim looked like. Like half his face was
Oh,
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers for
Yeah.
Breaking
Yeah.
Bad, but don't mention the character's name.
I don't know his name. And then his heart gets ripped out. That's not
Yeah.
Breaking Bad. That's full sub paw.
Yeah.
He wasn't there. Anyways,
And then
a
the
good
one
one.
the one that continues to get me every time is Cassius.
Yeah.
It basically, like, from his death to the end of the book, I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm on the edge of tears the whole time. And then, like,
and you know it's coming.
right when they're when they're watching the hollows at the end, like, sometimes I think that the howls were the truest things that ever came out of our mouths. I'm like,
And you're like, yeah.
That one is
owl
like
crying. Yeah.
those are two good call outs, because it's like, one, like Ephraim truly was just like, you don't really see it coming. You know, he's probably like,
But he's on the path to die.
he's on the path.
It's forever
Yeah.
since Trig died.
But like Cassius, you see coming from
Self-destruction.
so far away, and you're just like, God, please don't let that
yeah,
happen.
right, sure,
But,
sure.
It hurts
Yeah.
regardless.
So
Absolutely.
next up, do you have a strong opinion on live action versus animated for the inevitable
Did
Red
you also
Rising?
see that we got a little update about the TV show today?
I didn't see that. I was focusing on my
Yeah.
job all day. No, what was it?
Well, whatever had been optioned is dead,
Again,
but it sounds like it's been optioned somewhere else, maybe.
I don't
Yeah.
care until something's happening, because the amount of times we've heard that.
It sounds like it's restarted the cycle
Sure.
that we've been in for the last
Yeah.
6 years.
Yes.
That's fine. I don't want something bad made. That would piss me off. So
Yeah.
option it away.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I stand with you on that. Is I just want whatever it is to put a lot. I would prefer TV show because I'm like, please put in as much detail as possible. It is hard because I feel like I have a different opinion every time with live action versus animated because I'm like, well, they've come so far with animated that I feel like way back I would have been like, no, live action, that's it. This isn't children's whatever. But when we see what's happening with like, I don't know, my brain just went blank, but there's so many good ones
Mhm.
now that it's like, okay, you do have the ability
Yeah.
to create, but like, I don't know, CGI has also come so far that they could do, it's like justice in either capacity. So I
Yeah.
just want TV
And
show and for it to be good.
Either way, it takes a million years. Like it almost takes less time for them to film live action than it does to make an animated series. It seems like.
Mhm.
Like season 2
Absolutely.
of animated series, I feel like it's, I don't know. I feel like they purposefully spread everything out. Make it long enough for me to forget what's going on.
I know, I lose interest.
Yeah,
Like,
you
Yeah.
have to go back and watch it
It's
again.
tough. Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
rewatch.
yeah.
Get that sweet streaming revenue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all going to be owned by the same
Like I really
company
liked
soon.
I really liked Arcane, but then the second season came out and I was like, I'm not sure what
I
happened
know,
in the last
same.
season.
Yeah.
And then I watched like 2 episodes and I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
that
move
happened to me with a lot of the
yeah.
Disney Avengers stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Marvel stuff. Yeah. It's just like
Oh, I gave up on
Yeah.
Marvel at
After
some point. I was
like season 1, I'm like, I love this, and then it's like, what? Who are these people?
yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, what backstory in 5 different
Yeah,
movies was
I
I supposed to
can't.
watch in the what? I don't know.
Crescent, do you have an opinion?
Yeah, I do. Definitely TV show. I think animated is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Arcane is a really good.
Mhm.
There were scenes in that where I was like, this
example.
feels like the Howlers. You know,
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely! Like the fireflies
Mhm.
they're the ones on the
I
like
think.
flying skateboard things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the hoverboards. Yeah.
That's a better
but
word
then,
for a
like,
flying
I don't know.
skateboard.
I don't.
You know.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah.
Mm.
But there's a few of the different episodes of that I think would be incredible. There's like not necessarily the content of the animation, but the actual animation itself. There is Sunny's Edge, Beyond the Aquila Rift. And then I can't remember.
What was that
It's
samurai
like
one?
werewolves, something.
Blue Eye Samurai. or
Oh,
whatever.
Jibaro.
Blue Eye Samurai is the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Oh, that yes, also really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Yeah, I'm
there's
I'm
I'm
starting
so
to
torn.
lean more towards that.
studios.
Like,
You are. I
Yeah.
don't know. I lean back and forth.
yeah.
Like Skipper said, like sometimes I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it would get more traction if it was live action.
It
Get more
definitely would be a bigger
popularity.
deal. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but
Also, you want it to be good.
animated, then you don't have to worry about.
There's elements
bad
of it
actor or
that seem
something.
like it would probably be lost if you
Yeah,
moved it
that's
to
true.
live action, no matter
Like
what.
all the
Mm,
big space shit.
Oh, that and like the size of the
Yeah.
characters and stuff.
Yeah,
like
the
that,
Obsidians versus the Reds.
it would
Yeah.
just be difficult.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like the size difference is probably the biggest thing.
Uh-huh.
Like you always get kind of the weird uncanny valley
Yeah.
Yeah, like in Lord of the
stuff
Rings.
when you
Just-
deal with.
I was
that's
about to
exactly
say.
the example I was thinking.
He's standing far away, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we also
Yeah, things never
did
look quite right.
recently get an update on Red God. It's not coming out this summer.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Shocking.
Dismay.
How dare they?
Yeah.
It was never actually announced for the summer, but we had all
No.
gaslighted ourselves into thinking that.
I never thought.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little Red God, though. What are you looking forward to most for Red God?
Lysander getting curb stomped.
That's been a popular answer to that question.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. I would say Victra Severo reunion. Like, I know everyone wants Mustang Reaper, but Victra Severo, like, especially after so much they've gone through with Ulysses, with
They've
like
also been apart
their
the entire
daughter,
time.
like
Yeah.
What about the girls?
Yeah.
forever. The girls,
Yeah.
they just need their
Yeah.
dad back. Which I mean, like, Pax does too.
Nah,
but Pax is
Pax
now
is a
off
blue.
at school at least. Like,
Pax
Pax
shaved
is
his
off
head.
doing like pilot shit.
Yeah.
But the girls, I'm like, oh, they just need their dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agreed.
I love that. Let's get the family back together.
Family.
All the families need to come back together, and then Pierce is going to rip them apart.
And all of you are dead.
Yeah.
I'm ready this time.
I'm trying to figure out who has Clown and Pebbles kids. Like, what happened with them?
Oh, they had
Aren't
kids?
they together? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're together. Yeah, I don't know if they have kids.
So where are the
Yeah.
kids?
Yeah.
Who took the kids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the kids. Who got cooked in the wolf
Yeah,
furnace?
That-
Not the kids.
Min Min was
Min
the
Min,
big
yeah.
one. No.
Yeah.
The
All
named
right.
character was Min Min, but I think there was more Howlers than that.
Howlers
Yeah.
plus Min Min.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a great way to die.
No.
No.
That's in a movie I just watched. What was that?
I'm reading a book that I was going to talk about later where somebody got burned alive.
In
It
a
sounded horrible.
cooked in a wolf oven.
Not in a wolf oven, in a crematorium.
Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. What are you dreading the most? Speaking of
For Red God.
The-
oh yeah, for Red God.
Yep.
Speaking of cooking
Speaking of death,
people.
they're not all gonna make it through. Like, that's the thing
Reaper's
is we like,
mortality.
yeah. I feel like Darrow's gone. Like, I feel like he can't story wise end alive, or else we just end up being like, well, what if there's another trilogy? Like,
Mhm.
it just makes sense to me that Darrow's gone. Sorry, Darrow.
Plot
Yeah.
twist, nobody
There's gonna be
dies.
a lot of crying.
You would
Nobody dies.
you would love that.
Yeah, they all just become friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coexist with Lysander.
World peace.
Exactly. They all change their minds. Don't worry about Atalantia. She suddenly is okay with everything.
Democracy with a K. It works.
The snake is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Julia, totally fine. Julia Bologna has no hate for anybody. It'll be
She's
fine.
not going to
Starts
eat
eating
anybody.
again.
Julia Abelona's on Ozempic, definitely.
She doesn't even need it. She's already our
She's
skinny
on the
queen.
willpower diet.
Yeah.
That's what I need, just like a never-ending hate for someone.
She's just never eaten in years.
Yeah.
Crescent, what are you dreading in Red God?
Oh, the mortality of the Reaper.
Mm,
Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want Darrow to die. But
I don't either. Hot take.
He's probably gonna.
Hot take. I like my protagonist to live.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I think he's either gonna have to die or, live in exile or something.
That's it. Get shipped off. Maybe
Yeah.
he gets shipped off somewhere.
Maybe he gets
Yes, the
uncarved back into a red. They put him back at the mine.
Yeah.
They give him the trippy berries, and they're like, "Sorry, that was all a dream."
None of this ever.
Wow.
Can you imagine? He just
Damn.
wakes up. Like, what's really happened is he got poisoned and wakes up, and
The worlds aren't
Daryl's
terraformed.
like, yeah,
Yeah. He got bitten while he was down scanning the gas
that's what
pocket.
it is. Didn't realize. Yeah, and EO's there tending to him.
Mhm.
The wife he's
Nice.
basically forgotten about.
We haven't forgotten. Oh, he
It's
could do
okay,
like
though.
the Harry Potter thing where we like see EO in the afterlife.
Wow. Yeah.
Like
Then she sends him
Oh
back.
yeah,
And Ragnar.
and
they're
Ragnar.
living in the house.
And
and
then-
Ragnar. It's the two of them.
Lysander's like a shriveled up alien under the bench or whatever.
Yeah, next to the-
Perfect.
We're just gonna bury him under here,
I
under the
love that.
porch.
I love that. Okay, we've
It's okay.
got 3 final questions for you guys.
You didn't say what's your spiciest.
Oh, I skipped a question. My bad.
Do you have a spicy red god? What's
Yeah.
spicy mean to you, Ben?
Spicy red god take or prediction.
Like
just
controversial?
yeah, like something out there.
I didn't know if you meant like sexy. Like
I know. Maybe we're getting
It can be.
the
Or if it's, like,
Victra
controversial.
Severo sex scene.
I'm open to that as well.
Yeah. What does
Here's the
spicy
go
mean
to
to you
a
guys?
Atlantis.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing is, I don't ever theorize, so I'm like, I don't have any of these controversial. Like, I haven't overly thought about it. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't like to
I'll
make
take what I get.
bad predictions. That's why mine are so obnoxious because they're clearly jokes.
Mhm.
I don't want to like actually put something out there
I
that.
feel like Crescent's got something for
Oh,
us.
okay. Spicy.
I also don't really do my own theories, but I heard a really good one that I like,
Okay.
Which
and it's
is
that Evie is Kyber,
Oh.
and so she's gonna break cover to kill Lysander.
yeah.
I've heard a lot of people theorizing about Kyber's having some kind of secret identity. I think that's a
Yeah.
fun one.
Mm.
I'd not heard Evie though. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, we don't know where Evie is, right?
Yeah.
No, we don't.
We have no
Exactly.
idea.
Hell yeah.
No.
A laurel to your prediction.
Okay, final questions. I've got 3 final questions for you. We were talking about the artist series that you guys have been doing. Are there any characters out there in the story that you feel like are maybe underrepresented by our Red Rising artists that you would love to see more Red Rising art of?
Rolo, just kidding.
Yeah, Rolo.
He's
Number
been on
one.
my mind. Just
Yeah.
a floating goatee.
Somebody please draw Rolo. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, Holiday. That's always the one that I'm like, guys, include her in something. Come on, just even in
Yeah,
the
I've only seen
background or
one or
something.
two holidays.
Yeah. There was one that we were doing the other day, and I was like, oh my god, it's Holiday. And they're like, that's Sephi. And I was like, never mind. My bad. It's like, yeah,
You're like, I
definitely
saw
an
gray.
Obsidian.
Damn it.
I feel like she's
Yeah.
got a very
I got
interesting
confused.
face. She's got robot body
Yeah.
parts.
Also, it was
Yeah, now, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be a good one.
yeah.
Somebody needs to
Yeah, I could
now
see Holiday.
draw her updated with
we need Volga too with a muffin.
yeah.
Yeah.
If I had the muffin, I would eat it.
I would eat it.
Holiday's a good one. What about you,
Um,
Crescent?
Wolfgar, Alexander, and
Wolfgar.
Rona.
Yeah, there is you would think there would be more Alexander art out there.
Yeah. And him with
Yeah, you'd
Rona.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles did one just because we had that.
Because we made him.
We made him do it.
We forced him to.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen another
one
one.
way
All
to
right,
do it.
Miles. Rolo, and then your next take on.
I like the
Alex and Rona.
Wolfgar idea. Wolfgar seems like a badass.
Yeah.
I would like an Atalantia Britney Spears style with the snake.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Toxic.
I like
That's
that.
That'd be
really
a
good.
fun little
Yeah.
treat for me.
Dang.
This is my snake.
This is the-
With
this
the
is
like
definitely the part
microphone
of the
like this,
podcast.
right?
We're
She's got to
clipping
have
this
the
part.
pop
Yeah.
star.
Oh, you do have the Britney Spears mic. Perfect.
I've got the.
Yeah. Now we just need to get you a snake. And I'm not sure your kitty cat would like that.
No.
That'd be perfect.
Put the
No.
cat on your shoulders. She's a snake now.
That's how I get scratched to death.
I'm a slave for you.
Yeah, I'm
But
seeing the
yeah.
vision. I love this.
Yeah.
And she's singing to Lysander.
Oh, it's
Oh,
just an audience
God.
of Lysander.
Uh,
I just icked myself
All of a
out.
sudden, I'm out.
Mm.
yeah.
There we go. Now we're talking.
Okay. Next up. If you could ask Pierce one Red Rising related question, and he had to answer truthfully. He's on the at the gates of heaven, and he can't get in unless he answers truthfully. What would you ask?
I would ask, who was tongueless?
Yeah, no, me too. And why did you cut him up? Dude,
Yeah.
Tongueless's backstory. And where the fuck is the dog?
Yeah. Well, he's forgotten about the dog. He told us that when we
Yeah.
were at a reunion.
know.
He's like, yeah, so I
He's like,
forgot
oh,
the
yeah,
dog
he's still in deep
existed."
grave.
Yeah, he's just hanging out.
No,
Yeah,
he
that's
came
a
out of
good
deep
one.
grave. Right? Because Tongueless is hiding him under his hands.
The dog.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So
he
he's
they
with
put
the
him on a
Howlers
ship.
at the
somewhere.
very
Yeah.
least, made it back to the Howlers.
Hear me out. Rona shows up at the end with the dog. Everyone's like, where's Rona been? Just dog sitting the whole time.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
You
it.
told-
Rona's got the dog.
Reap, you told me to wash this dog. Nice. That's a great question.
Why'd you leave
though.
me
Who's,
behind? I was
who's
just
tongueless?
monitoring
What's
the
his
dog.
backstory? Get him a
Yeah.
pen and paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real. Or a computer.
Okay, our last.
Wait, we need Skipper's answer.
Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
I don't. Mine was
Did I
going to
jump
be,
the
where's
gun?
Rona? Which then I was like, with the dog. But I feel like we're going to find out Rona because he's been too cagey about that one. So I'm trying to think of what we've.
Yeah, it'd be nice to know
Totally.
where is Rona and where has she been? Is she just in the desert with her
Yeah.
bolts?
Right.
Is she dead?
Yeah.
You think she's dead?
No, I think she's alive.
At one point, you were like, she died on Mercury. I was like, she didn't though. I mean, we didn't hear about it.
Yeah, I don't know. She was like on a ship that went down.
What if she's right, God?
That's I think she's
Pierce
Red
might have
God.
answered
I have
this
that
and said
ongoing
she was
theory.
a prisoner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I have a theory with
I
her
like
and
that.
her.
She
like,
just fully
Juggernaut
integrates
thing
into
that
like
she's
Mhm.
yeah.
she becomes the Red God. Yeah. That's what
Is
I
it
think.
called a
Full Metal
Drachenjäger? Did I make that up?
Draken.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know
Drachenjäger
what I
sounds
would
like a
ask
drink.
Pierce.
That's why I was like, did I drink
That's
that?
how I
or-
always think of like Jaeger. I always
Nice.
call it like Jaegernaut or something, but I think it's Jägermeister
yeah.
is what comes to my mind whenever we're
she's
trying
getting
to discuss
fucked up and she's fucking shit up.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Full Metal
Uh,
Rona.
Yeah, I don't have
Okay,
anything
what's your last one?
overly
All right, last
pressing
question.
that I can think of.
Sorry. Yeah, I like Where's Rona and Who the Fuck is Tongueless.
Yeah.
Those are
Do you
good.
guys have like a Red Rising debate? We were talking about we're on opposite sides of Holiday being a traitor. Do you guys have like a Red Rising debate between the two of you that you're on opposite sides of? I don't mean to cause division. Here,
Yes,
but
he does. Yes. Are
We
you each
did
dying
for
on your own hill of
Cassius.
sorts?
No, we did for Cassius,
Okay.
and so like we have episodes that is so funny. It's the ones that haunt us all the time that people will bring up, and they're like, "Yeah, well, the Cass Bash, because that's what they're called. There's 3 of them. When you first, I think, meet Cassius. No, I think it was Cassius's betrayal, and then
Uh-huh.
Cassius's death in Iron Gold, and then his death in Lightbringer. And for the first 2, first one for sure, we're on completely opposite sides. That I'm like, this guy's a fuck boy. I don't want him anywhere. Like, get him out. By Iron Gold, I was like,
He's a
he's
douchebag.
fine, but I could do without him. And then Lightbringer was the one that I was like, I guess,
Those are fighting
guess
words.
we're on the same side now.
Vindication!
Yeah, he won that one. That's the only thing I can think of that we're like completely on
Yeah.
opposite sides for.
but now you've come back together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lightbringer.
We've
Nice.
come back
Yeah.
together.
I love that.
Lightbringer
Okay.
brought us together.
Just like Darrow and Cassius.
Yeah.
Just like Darrow Cassidy.
Yes. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, you know what it's time for?
What are we into this week?
All right, Aaron, what are you into this week?
Yeah, I can start. I was years past obsessed with Scrubs, and I'm loving the reboot. It's
wow.
super nostalgic. They're hitting all the same notes, for better or for worse. It's cheesy. And then because of the reboot, I also went back and I just like started rewatching all of Scrubs. So I watched like 13 episodes this weekend. John was away fishing. It's like a nice comfort rewatch, you know, you don't really have to pay that close attention. It's kind of nice.
I didn't even realize they brought
Yeah.
Scrubs back.
Yeah. Scrubs was a show that got me through. I lived in New York and I was super depressed and I hated living there. And it's like all I did was watch Scrubs.
Really?
So it kind of brings me back to like a cozy stay inside rewatch.
Nice. Yeah, I had no idea. they
What
were
are you both
rebooting it.
into? Crescent, what are you into? Yeah. It's on
Okay,
Hulu,
So
if you
Oh,
care.
okay.
I've got a physical book, an audio book, and a TV show.
Oh, all the things.
Physical book, The Forest and the Flame by S.C. Wolf. It's one of the authors out of the Howler's Den. It's their debut novel. And I'm like 80 pages into it. It's fantasy. That's what I got so far.
That's what you're giving us.
Yeah, my audiobook
Nice.
is Malice by John Gwynne. It's the first book of the Faithful and the Fallen saga. I think that's what it's called.
Okay.
And then we have introduced our daughter to Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
Nice.
and that has been on repeat for,
Great show.
which is something that I used to do alone. So it's fantastic to be doing that together.
That's cute. Nice.
Lots of things
am,
into. Nice.
Yeah. I am currently blitzing through Sheenan McGuire's so the first one's called Middle Game. I forget what the entire trilogy, or there's 4 of them now. And it's like sci-fi horror, which is not usually my genre, but it's very
Oh.
good. It's like alchemy, all teenagers who are basically they explicitly say they're not quite Frankenstein, but like 2 of them are definitely made out of other people's bodies. Is the first one, it's like twins that are placed in adopted out and have to find each other in order to reset the timeline. A lot of people die along the way though. And then I'm on the second one, which is set in the same world, and it's interesting because you need to know a couple of the alchemists, but not everyone, because it's a total different like type of alchemy. So it's not my usual thing, but that's that. And then I've got the advanced reader copy of Dungeon Crawler 8. So I'm doing Dungeon Crawler Carl 8.
Nice.
Oh,
Right before
nice.
Wolves right now, which is exciting. Yeah, I'm halfway through. It's very good. Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
We went to the book tour and
For Operation Bounce House.
Oh yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
Jeff Hayes read a pretty long segment from 8.
Yeah.
It was
Sounded fun.
amazing.
Yep. And
It's a lot of fun.
we heard
It's
a lot
kind
of good things
almost
about
back
it
to the
from-
earlier ones.
Yeah.
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 Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
I am
Oh yeah, what are you
reading,
into, Ben?
well, listening to an audiobook right now called King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby.
Okay.
And boy, howdy. There's some bad dudes in this book. It's like a crime fiction kind of book.
Okay.
Really good audiobook narrator if you're into that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of just like gangsters, and a family kind of gets caught up into, like this drug situation, and then one of the brothers has to save the other brother from all the trouble he's caused, basically. And very, very bad dudes, like very, very bad guys in this book. So it's like been kind of fun, but
Nice.
really enjoying the audiobook. It's like suspenseful, it's a thriller, some sexiness to it, it's good stuff. I've really enjoyed it so far.
Nice. I'm the only one who didn't say a book.
Nice.
Oh well. Great.
Would you guys like to, plug the podcast? Where can
Yeah,
people
give us
find
your
you?
spiel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us spiel.
Yeah. So, Fade to Obsidian, the Red Rising podcast of spaceships and relationships, found anywhere you can find podcasts. So your Spotify, your Apple Podcast. We're also on
Podcast
YouTube.
addict.
Yeah, podcast addicts. We're also on YouTube. We usually recommend actually watching us than listening to us. It's really funny that we have more listeners than viewers, but we do a lot of visual things that worked well with the artists. But every
And
episode,
you can see your
we're
matching
like pointing
outfit.
things out, and like we can, yeah, we always have shirts. They don't always match, but yeah.
Very good.
Beautiful. Well, thank you guys so much for
Yeah,
coming on the
we're
pod.
at
We
Fade to
really
Obsidian
appreciate you.
on everything.
It's great to see you guys. Yes.
Yeah, thanks for coming on.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for
Bye.
All right, bye.
Hey, that was fun. I had a great
So
time.
much fun.
Yeah, I like hanging out with them. I like that they match, even though they allegedly don't mean to.
I think they meant to.
We need to get matching shirts and be like, oops.
Yeah, why don't we ever match?
Oops. You're always wearing cool wrestling shirts. Anyways, thanks to our special guests, Skipper and Crescent.
Go check out their podcast.
Don't use their government names.
If you're ready to get serious about being a Red Rising fan, go join the Howler's Den.
Yes, it's a fun space. I find it extremely overwhelming because there's a lot going on.
And we don't understand Discord.
But there's tons of people on there, and the most fun part
it's not
was
as scary as it sounds, though.
No, the most fun part was in Tulsa. They all were meeting for the first time, and it was a big fun group, and we kind of tried to push our way in and be like, we want to be Howlers.
You can make friends on the internet and then
meet them in real life.
Real life down the line when
Yeah.
we all get together and celebrate the next book.
It's a big fun community, as you know, if
Very
you are already a
welcoming,
member.
too.
Yeah.
Very welcoming. Okay, Erin, what's
Okay.
coming up next week on HowlerPod?
I think we're going to talk about the Dungeon Crawler Carl series.
Yes.
I'm almost done with book 7, so we can finally talk about it.
Yeah, so Erin's got homework to do. And then we're just going to
I'm almost done. I'm nearing the
Dungeon
end.
Crawler Carl. We're going to have another special guest for that pod. So be on the lookout.
Yeah. And will it be spoiler free?
I think we'll try to keep it spoiler free.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Don't forget to follow us, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Where are we? Everywhere. Etsy, HowlerPod.com. Visit us. Email HowlerPod@gmail.com.
Leave us a voicemail.
Leave us a voicemail. What's it? 1-800-516-1540. Go ahead and leave Crescent and Skipper a note. We'll play it on the pod.
Yeah. Give them a 5-star review, too.
Yes. And then tell a friend about the Fade to Obsidian, about Howler's Den, and spread the love of the books. And rate and review us 5 stars only. If you don't give us 5 stars only, then you can't have your own Howler name.
Yeah. You'll never be a Howler. All right. Thanks, Howlers.
Omnisphere Lupus.
Oh.
Oh.